Back around the 50s and 60s, the philanthropy network in our region was just a small group, mostly trustees. They called themselves the Lunch Bunch. In the 50s, McCarthy holds hearings in San Francisco investigating subversive activity by foundations. By the 60s, Black Panthers are on the rise, and the American Indian movement paddles out to Alcatraz for a year-long occupation. The Bay Area Lunch Bunch gets real, begins to find its voice, and insists the Council on Foundations include radical perspectives and represent women's rights on the main stage, even warning that excluding these movements would result in confrontations and disruptions. Some foundations talk the talk, but when the time comes to join the movement, only a handful voluntarily share information like how much they have, what they fund, and even just how to reach them. The foundation directory they put together is controversial enough that the first few editions are published without an author. They are still able to laugh at themselves, though, and release Mel Brooks-inspired songs including Battle Hymn of the Lunch Bunch. In the 80s, NCG finally overcomes its reluctance to make things official and files its articles of incorporation. They set up what will become the organization's longest-running fund, the Arts Loan Fund, and more joint funds for floods and Loma Prieta in 1989. The 90s suffered setbacks through regressive policymaking and aggressive policing, but also brought hope with the fall of apartheid and major pushes on homelessness and AIDS. The 2000s started with the 9/11 national tragedy and built up to the burst of the tech bubble, leading to a fight for the soul of the Bay Area and the biggest loss of Black and brown wealth ever recorded. NCG helps negotiate a legislative compromise to direct more funds to minority-led organizations. And we keep going in the 2010s. Bay Area foundations lead on same-sex marriage, taking a knee becomes taking a stand, and NCG joins with its sister in Southern California under Philanthropy California. NCG, still making moves, hires our first director of equity and social justice and declares racial equity its North Star. We've moved into a whole new decade, the post-pandemic world. Millions of voices rising up for George Floyd and all the Black and brown lives taken too soon. In the same frame, we get to see California appoint its first philanthropic liaison to the government. We've been doing this work since before it was official, and we're not stopping in the moment when it's needed most. We are Northern California grant makers, and we are together for community, for equity, for the future we all deserve. We are together for better or worse. We are together for good.